Hey guys, Artstar here. So, I bet a lot of you have been wondering what I've been up to, since the last time I was even online on YouTube. Well, believe it or not, I've actually been busy making customs for a LEGO Star Wars series that I will be working on. Right now, of course, I haven't actually started it yet. I'm still thinking about ideas for the scripts and getting voice actors and using all sorts of techie things to, edit my voices and make me sound sort of like a character from Star Wars. I can do impersonations of a few, but it's pretty tough. So anyways, I just wanted to show you the customs that I have created right now from my LEGO Star Wars sets. Here's my first one. This is a young Padawan. Believe it or not, originally I was going to have this be young Kylo Ren as a Padawan. It looks pretty cool. I suppose you could make him Kylo Ren or even Kanan Jarrus as a Padawan, but for now we'll just call it a Padawan. Young Jedi. I don't know if I have any more in my collection. Other than this youngling I have, which is basically a custom youngling of Anakin. It was pretty there. I have this female Jedi here who's also a Padawan. So here's another one. I haven't given them names. Here is a really cool one. This is a Padawan I made of Anakin. I know that in the sets he came with like a light brown hair, but I wanted to make it dark to match it up with the actor Hayden Christensen, who has very dark hair. So this is Padawan Anakin with his robotic arm. If you zoom in, you can see the gold outline there for the arm. I basically painted it like that. Next up we have this awesome Jedi here with a helmet and a visor, and he has a double-bladed lightsaber. It's the same lightsaber that Ezra has in his sets. I don't have an Ezra fig, I just used a binocular piece and attached two lightsaber blades to it. So there's that. Here's a Gungan Jedi custom I created using a few old pieces of other Gungan soldiers and a gold lightsaber. I thought it'd be cool to add some diversity, other than human Jedi. Here's another custom Gungan Jedi I used that I created. Next up we have this Jedi, who's actually a male, with extremely long hair, and actually looks pretty cool if I say so myself. Next up we have this Jedi too, who's wearing a visor. So yeah. Next up, I have this female Jedi here, who is the same species as Kit Fisto. I used a few pieces to make her, and she has a pink lightsaber, which is actually different than most Jedi. Next up, I have this other Jedi. I know that's supposed to be Bear Safi, but it's not. This is a custom Jedi that I used, but I used different parts. So there's that. Next up, I have this turtle-looking Jedi character who uses a cane and has a black lightsaber. I know Jedi don't have black lightsabers, and there's only one in canon, but I might make this just a non-canon fan series. So next up I have this other Jedi here, who looks very angry or frustrated almost. He's got a black hilted lightsaber with a gold lightsaber blade. Next up we have this custom Jedi with yellow skin, who is the same species as Ki-Adi-Mundi. I did not give him a name yet. Originally, I was going to make this a custom of Ki-Adi-Mundi, but then when I saw they released a set with him in it, I just decided, you know what? I'll just keep this Jedi as a different person, but who happens to be the same species, so there's that. He's also got another expression here. No face though. Next up, I have this Zabrak Jedi with peach skin. He's basically a humanoid Zabrak, who's half human, half Zabrak. He's got black horns, peach skin, and two lightsabers, green and blue. Next up, I have this custom of Kyle Katarn from Star Wars Legends. And I used a few pieces from a Mandalorian, A Naboo pilot, an Obi-Wan face. Well, anyways, this is what it basically looks like. So you can see here that I put a lot of detail into making him. Then we have this Jedi here, who is the same species as the Jedi from Episode 2 that was shot by Jango Fett. I created a custom of him and gave him like different colored pants. I left him sleeveless to make him look like he's all buff. And then, let's see. Here's another Jedi who has 2 lightsabers that are, I don't really know what to call these. I'll just call them L lightsabers, because they look like L's. But anyways, yeah, this is a custom I made too. And, here's another custom I made of a Jedi. Not from any sort of book, but most of these are all made up characters. Here's a Naboo pilot Jedi fighter. He's got the helmet, the Naboo pilot gear, and a white hilted lightsaber with a blue blade. This one, the white hilted lightsaber, actually bought separately. Here's a custom of Depla Billaba from Star Wars canon. Her face got a little messed up during the paint, but I still think she looks very good. The gold markings on her head, the skin tone. But yeah, I gave her some polka dots to make her look all decorative like her species. So, and then we have Plo Koon. So this is the first Plo Koon I got from a Clone Wars set many years back. But when the print started coming off, I thought, you know, why not give him a new paint job? So I painted over the print and redid his mask to, well, make it look awesome. And here it is right now. Back the way it was supposed to be. So, there's that. Next up, I have a Darth Maul custom with a double-bladed lightsaber. If you're wondering if the lightsaber breaks apart, like in the movie, no, it does not, because doing that would destroy the middle part. But, however, I did manage to create the custom lightsaber double, so now it has the same sides as it would in the movie, and Darth Maul can move it with either hand or hold it both sides. So, there we go. Next up, I have a Clone Trooper Commando custom with a special thin visor like what Bly wears. This is Clone Trooper Commando Gray. As you can see from the gray coloration, he's also got a special pack on the back, detonator pack. If you look closely, the visor is a bit messed up because there was a little issue with painting over to make that special T visor, but I tried. This is my Commander Cody custom. As you can see, I bought it already custom made, but I added a couple of touches. The jetpack and this little thing on the side like he wears in the Clone Wars. I was also going to include the camera thing on his helmet, but it kept falling off when I tried to glue it on, so I just took it off and thought, you know what, it looks better this way anyway. So now we have this, a Phase 2 Clone Trooper Commander. This is Crimson, and he's also got a special pack on him, an antenna communicator, and a big blaster gun. I also drew a few black spots on him to add some armor damage. Here you can clearly see a bolt blaster mark, a blaster bolt mark on his helmet. He's got 2 of them right there. Of course, he's still alive, not dead. And then there's one right there, if you look very closely at his chest, which you can see it right there on his chest. Next up, I have Commander Appo. This one took me a while to create because I had to go through several different Clone Trooper sets in order to find the perfect build for Commando Appo. Commander, pardon the typo there. Commander Appo. Commander Appo. So, it took me a while to make this one, but luckily for me, it actually turned out really great. I managed to get the back of him colored, the front provided a little strap for where his armor goes, like the little belt buckle that attaches his weapons, and unfortunately I could not find a Clone Trooper piece with ammo things attached. But other than that, I still think this looks really great. Next up, I have my custom of Commander Picara. Now, while he did not appear in the Clone Wars very much, there was one episode where Commander Carter made a brief appearance. I think before he was sent off to Mygeeto to fight. Anyways, I created this custom using a First Order Snowtrooper, and it actually turned out really well. The first time I painted over him, I did not have the right colors, so then as soon as I ordered more paints, I recolored him, added a bit more, thinned out his belt a bit, and he looks really great. I even added some battle damage and a few pieces of missing paint to make it look like his armor has wear and tear. Next up, I have this flying clone trooper pilot. As you can see, I also customized the front. Originally, it did have a print, but the print started coming off from wear and tear, so I thought I'd repaint it the best way I could. As you can see here, there's a special thing on the back of the jetpack telling you how much pressure is there. If it goes red, it means that it's dangerously low, or very low, and that the clone will fall. Next up here, I have Clone Trooper Commander Fordo from the original Clone Wars 2002 and 2003 television series that aired in between episode 2 and 3. So anyways, this guy is no longer considered canon in the Star Wars universe, which is actually really sad because I was really a fan of Commander Fordo as a kid. In fact, growing up with the Clone Wars TV show, not the Clone Wars TV show that aired in the later 2000s, like just a few years after Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. But, I mean, both shows are really great in their own way. I love the new Clone Wars because of the new characters that are in it, and because some of the other clones who didn't get very much screen time in the original movies actually managed to get a lot more. I like the personality they have, whereas in the original series, they never really got more screen time because the original Clone Wars was more focused on Anakin and Obi-Wan and Master Yoda, mostly their arcs. And the clones didn't really get much screen time. Mostly they were just robotic, you know, saying yes sir, this way or whatever. But the new Clone Wars actually managed to make it a lot better. But anyways, this is Commander Fordo. So I'll put him over there. Next up we have this Clone Trooper custom I made of a training Clone Trooper using an old space helmet and a visor. I painted it red to show that they aren't part of any squad. This is just armor that they use for training. So there's that guy, and then finally, we have Commander Bly. Now, there's holes in the side of his helmet because I tried to put a visor on him, but it did not turn out so good. The visor did not fit. But other than that, everything else I attached to the clone looks great. I even managed to paint over him to give him the exact same look he has in the Clone Wars TV show and the movies. So these are all of my Jedi and Clone Trooper customs. I also have a lot more over here, but none of these are actually customs. Most of these are in fact just your average, regular, everyday set piece minifigs that have come already printed on. But everything else down here is all custom made. Well, now that you've seen my customs, I bid thee adieu. Until the next time I come on, see ya everybody.